I think he might come in more confident. It's just I think Teofimo's power will still get him. I think it'll be kind of the same thing where he's too cautious in the beginning of the fight. He's gonna try to step it up a little bit a little bit faster, but it might still be a dangerous fight for Lomachenko because Teofimo is a power puncher and he does crack hard. I sparred with him numerous of times. He does have power, so I think he does tend to get tired towards the end, but I think we'll see the same outcome.
Now the burning question: rematch with Teofimo Lopez. Do you want to see it? What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see it. Just like we discussed before when we talked. As a fan or and a fighter, I'd like to see that. But if I'm in Teofimo's team, I'm taking that win and running with it. He already has trouble making 135. I just go ahead and go to 140 and be like, hey, if you want to see me, we can fight for a belt or something at 140. Do it that way. But risking it all with a guy who has that fire lit back up under him again, it's gonna be dangerous, because I feel like he didn't get the full Lomachenko the first time because Lomachenko was like, all right, you're a kid, this and that. Okay, I'm going to show you what the big boy is about. But now he knows, like, hey, I'm bringing everything. I'm not waiting and for him to gas out, for him to slow down. I'm about to put it on him this fight. And so it's going to be a whole other fight. But if Lopez takes it, then shoot, I got even more respect for him, to even try and make the weight again, after he fights Kambosos. But, so everyone, I think the whole sport should want to see the rematch, but I think it's probably in Lopez's best interest to just, go to a more comfortable weight and then shoot. And if they want to fight, do it at 140.
Okay. The way Lomachenko came out kind of fast in this fight, like aggressive, if he's like that with Lopez, does he risk getting caught? I mean, how would the fight be different if he was more aggressive?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's going to expose himself to, to get hit more. He's, like I said, like it's still calculated, but it's almost like less calculated. Like, and everyone knows the first beginning of every fight, both fighters are 100% basically. And whenever he starts picking up later on in the rounds, then the guy might be 85, 90%. So you're not going to feel all his power, especially someone like Thiel who can punch. But whenever it's personal, like it is with him now, he already lost. And on top of it, it's someone who he doesn't like. Sometimes you got to risk it to get the biscuit, like they say. So, you got to go ahead and do what you can to get that reward. You don't want to sit back like the last time because basically that's how he lost the fight. I can't just say just because he waited. A lot had to do with Thiel being so sharp and so strong and fast that he didn't want to get in there and mix it up early on. But you're going against now, so it's time to mentally get ready for it and just say, F, you got to walk through the fire to get him.
As far as him rematching Teofimo, I'm not necessarily sold on Teofimo. Teofimo is tough. He is tough. But if Lomo starts out early in that fight like he did, like he started picking up at the end, Thiel has troubles. But let me not take anything away from Thiel. Thiel did put together the perfect boxing plan. Every time the turn, he shot the uppercut. He kept him at the end of his jab. He was strong. I believe that Thiel, I believe it's going to be a tougher fight, but I do believe that Lomo takes that fight.
If I want to see another Lomachenko Thiel Lopez, because I don't see much, his style or his temperament, changing, and I think that fight is about temperament, and because it shows that Thiel was able to keep up speed wise, and also timing wise, so and knowledge wise and IQ. So I think it will be about temperament, and I don't see Lomachenko's temperament changing. So I'd like to see, a Devin Haney, the likes of a Devin Haney, or, Tank Davis.
I was thinking, it's funny. I was just thinking about that literally a couple hours ago, and I was saying that they have to fight again. Like the first fight was too intriguing. Lomachenko himself just is too intriguing to not give him another opportunity to fight. he was coming on. I guess you could say he was coming on in the first fight. He did well later on. He forced himself to do well, but overall, I mean, he just seemed like he was outgunned. Overall, I think he forced himself because he had to, and he had some success. But I think it appeared to me he was really outgunned. I thought Teofimo appeared to be much bigger. He appeared to me at least to be a weight class bigger, naturally. I don't know Teofimo as far as, you know, like you remember when Buster Douglas beat Tyson, and it was an unbelievable performance, an all-time great performance. But then he turned around and he got a little soft, and he was never the same after that. I don't think that would happen to Teofimo. I would assume he'd even be better, and he would push himself to be even better. I think Lomachenko is a real champion, and I think he's going to come back with something different. So I think the rematch should happen for sure. I mean, it would be a crime if it didn't.
I think Thiel now, I think maybe he might be able to maybe apply a little more pressure and maybe stop Lomachenko, you know. If not, you know, maybe another unanimous decision. I think Thiel just got his number, man. He know how to he used his size and his speed and skill on him. So I just think Lomachenko's kind of small for 35. So I think Thiel got his number, man.
I think the world would like to see that. You know what I'm saying? I think you know, they say beat a man on Monday, he got to beat you on Tuesday for me to make you a believer. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely like to see rematches in the sport of boxing. And if they can get that rematch, I think that would definitely be a good one, because we all know at the end of that fight, things definitely picked up, and we wish that would have happened a little earlier. And they say we probably would have went a different way. So maybe Lomachenko might really, you know, bring something to the table a little earlier this time.
It's for Teofimo not to give Loma a rematch. It's kind of like flawed when the man gave you a shot. You know what I'm saying? And because you could see in the fight that he wasn't 100%. You know what I'm saying? And when he was fighting, Thiel wouldn't throw no punches back. You know, so average normal Loma would have pretty much blew him out.
A lot of questions were left unanswered, like how would he have done if, you know, he hadn't come in with the supposed shoulder injury? And we all know that, you know, he gave Teofimo problems. So people generally are looking to see how Lomachenko is going to perform against him, to kind of have a sense of how he would have performed if he had come in with, you know, a healthy shoulder. You understand? So that aspect of their fight, you know, leaves certain questions unanswered. You know, so now that what's his name? Vasyl Lomachenko is back. He's back to full health.
That's all I want to see. I thought Lomachenko was going to win the first fight. I think he just took too long to actually get started. Lomachenko, listen, there's a pound for pound list. He's above the pound for pound list when it comes to skills. So I'm just going to say, like, they call him the Matrix. He's not the Matrix for no reason. His boxing IQ is on 1,000. As him and Lopez, I really want to see that fight again. I think if he starts out the way he did in the 8th round, he's going to beat Lopez. The only thing is, Lopez is strong. He's tough. He has just as much boxing IQ. The guy is talented. So we'll see. We'll see how Loma wants to deal with his power this guy.
But Loma, to me, man, Loma's special, but at the same time, like, Loma's old. Like, Loma spent so many decades in amateurs. It's like Loma turned pro late. So it's like the best of Loma was early on. He's got so much experience and so much pizzazz and so much talent. He blows the average fighter out the water. But Teofimo's not the average fighter. I personally thought that when I first saw it and just analyzing the whole fight, I said, okay, in a rematch, it'll be easier for Loma because he won't close up and give so many rounds away in the beginning. But then when I really looked at it and analyzed it, I take it back. I think it'll be a tougher fight. I think Teofimo will have an easier fight because I think Teofimo will be a little more confident in himself in his fight, and Teofimo will let loose. I think that Teofimo's age, his youth, is just his spring, like his just everything about him, his spring in his legs, his speed, his confidence. I just don't see Loma being able to beat him at all. His style, just Loma can't beat him.
Thought Teofimo was gonna beat Loma, and I had put a little bet in, and I got my money back and some, but I a lot of people thought Loma was just gonna dog Teofimo, but I just think Teofimo's a different fighter. I think he's a special breed, just like Loma. I think if they rematch, it'll be a lot closer, but I still don't think he's gonna beat Teo.
Well, I think he's got a lot more experience, and he's probably been watching a lot of film. He's probably also been seeing all the stuff he could have done, and I think he is the Matrix, and I know he's got more tricks than the average pony. So I'm sure he's working on different shit to get those punches off. Because once he gets those punches off, he's pretty hard to stop. But Lopez has just got a lot of power. He's got some timing too, but I just think that the Matrix has got too many tricks if he really wanted to use them.
If you have a rematch, I mean, it was a good fight, and I think rematch will be great because Teofimo on his side, is a young guy, strong, and he won the fight, but it wasn't very decisive, like dominant, and Loma, I think, to me, it's, is still a big player in that division.
Yeah, I like to see him let his hands go in the beginning because, like, towards the end, whatever, when he was letting his hands go, like, he was getting the better of the fight, but he waited too long.
But the great thing about Thiel is he's tough. He has the val of a warrior. He has the armor of a warrior. So anyone that can go in there and take and have bad sparring days at a championship level and still turn around and perform on a Saturday night, you have to have nothing but respect for him and think that he has something extra in the tank, because a lot of people do mail it in. But I just think that right now, Thiel, we have to see how he does against Kambosos, because we've seen Thiel as win the championship, but we haven't seen Thiel as the champion. But you know what they say? They say when you become champion, you get better overnight, because of how hard you work and how hard you push yourself. So now it's more along the lines of what we see with Kambosos will tell a lot with how a Teofimo Lomachenko fight turns out. But I'm definitely here for it.